put the center cone
and the inside?
Yep. And slide the bearing right up there and weld it up.
Okay. That's well.
Put some bolts in it. We got some of them cap screws. Weld
yeah.
bolts on. Tighten them up and just tack the bolts down.
All right. Center off from the inside.
Pull it back one more. You want to keep it square, parallel to the top of the bucket.
Before you ever hang your motor and you lock it all down, what I'm telling you, when I'd say lock it all, set it all and lock it down with your nuts, slide your bar in and out on just your bearings.
So just turn it and slide it in and out, make sure.
It's going to turn easy.
Yeah.
Because of them bearings. Slide in and out. If it don't slide in and out without that motor on there, you're in trouble. You have to readjust your setup.
But if you put a stud here, and when you slide it up, you can land it and you don't have to hold it while you're trying to start this thing. And then you're trying to feel around for the hole. You can't see it. Or you put a stud and leave it in one of them. Like I only put 3 bolts, it comes with 4.
Yep.
But you put that stud down there on the bottom where you never use it.
Then it won't go nowhere.
Put your feed screw on.
When you're doing this, there's one thing you got to watch for. This set screw needs to line up
With that hole.
with that hole and this keyway.
Yep.
See the keyway in the end of that shaft?
Yes.
A lot of times people will run them on there the first few times they use them. They're like, hey, this thing won't feed consistently. If it's not engaged into that keyway on that motor,
It will slip.
Intermittent. Yeah, it might work okay for a minute and it'll stop.
Yep.
There is one thing that I like about the SPower boring bars is they have so you put your tool in and you have your set screw and you have an adjustment screw on the bottom. So some of the other boring bars that I've operated in the past, they don't have that adjustment. So it's kind of hard once you're setting your tool piece, you know, trying to get it to hold at a certain height. With these, it makes it super easy. You can barely turn it. It's got a measurement on there. You know what I mean? It tells you it's 5 thousandths per turn or half turn and this and that. And you can set your tool exactly where you need it.
These things don't pass all the way through, as you see. That's why there's different length tools. And then there's lefts and rights. And the reason that there's lefts and rights, you always want to have this set screw on the face that's cutting. Keep that tool pressed against the back of the hole, because if you have it the other way around with the set screw backing that tool up as it cuts, you know, and interruptions and stuff,
break it.
Well, it'll wiggle loose because, you know, it's pushing that set screw back.
You want to be on the opposite side.
That's right. So the tool's supported by the bar and not the set screw. You don't want it pivoting on that set screw. I mean, they fit the hole pretty tight, but they will back out. Turn this thing on. Whenever you power them up, when that servo's energized, it has just as much power to hold itself in place as it does to cut. So whenever this thing comes on, everything will be locked up. If you try to turn the handle or the bar right now, you'll see it's all.
It won't crank.
You're not going to spin it. You're not going to crank it. It's in a locked position. But 4 will release that, where you can turn this by hand. So then if you press 4 again, it's locked up again. Okay. So you want to have that. We're just going to manually cut. We'll start manually cutting so you can get a feel for it. And then as soon as you select the direction on the rotation, clockwise or counterclockwise, this thing's going to start to spin. Okay.
All right. Then on your feed control, on your feed speed.
Yep. The first thing you got to do is select the direction that you want it to feed. So I picked the direction I want it to go, and then when you hit 4, see the handle starting to speed, and then hit 4, it'll stop.
Okay.
All right. And if you want to speed up how fast it's feeding, do it with this remote as well.